I've spent the last 500 days trying SMMA at the age of 17 years old and documenting the whole thing here on YouTube.
Hey guys, what's up? My name's Carson.
This is me kind of documenting my 6th month after 7 months in social media marketing. This is month 8, this is my 9th month, and honestly, it's completely changed my life. I used to just play video games like 12 hours per day while being like 30 pounds overweight, and I had zero clue where I was going or what I was really going to do in my life. Up until I met this guy. Iman was and still is a big inspiration for me on how you can literally go from dead broke to making millions of dollars just on a laptop. He was crucial for getting me into the online business space and the whole social media marketing space as a whole. But the thing is a lot of the videos I watched, and I spent hours and hours on YouTube just looking and trying to find the best ways to actually get clients, I never really found anything that got me a client. I actually went my first 6 months without even taking a sales call, making a single penny or anything, but kept just trying to find a way to actually see some success. In all fairness, it really wasn't until I started to give a shit that I actually got some traction. And what I mean by this is if I told you that you would not be able to leave your room or eat food until you landed your first sales call or your first client, I guarantee you 5 days later, you would either have a call on your schedule or you would have a client. I made a post in my Discord server a few months back, and I said, if you're in this game to be half in, half out, you may as well quit now. And the reason I said this is you're going to burn so much more time just being half in, not really caring, not really doing anything, seeing any traction, and waiting around to get lucky, just like I was, than actually giving in your all and really starting to see traction, which makes you more addicted to do more and more and more, and you pursue something that actually could change your life and pretty much has changed mine. For context, the second I told myself I'd be making $10,000 per month, obviously I've kept the goal of $10,000 per month by the end of summer, during this last previous summer on a video in June. Guess what happened? Not even 90 days later, I literally had a Stripe screenshot of 10K over in just 30-day period. And it was not because I found the best outreach script or the best email script or, the best cold calling script. The real reality was I really just put my mind to something and actually said what I was going to do. And that might sound like corny or just BS or whatever it is, but that's like literally 99% of people would be able to fix their problem with actually just that right there. Like if I could say something back to my younger self over a year ago, starting, brand new, didn't know anything, I was 16 years old, I would make 2 points extremely clear. One being 99% of the things you see online are just BS, okay? The numbers people flex, the lifestyle people portray, and just most videos of people I saw, it looked like they were super above you and above me, just like I might look like that right now. And I promise you I'm not. Like I thought the same thing when I looked at other people making money on the internet. The reality is most people are just trying to use you as their, their money and whatnot, right? Like you're their biggest revenue stream. It's simply just a fake reality people show so then they can make more money because you have more trust in them. But, they're actually not who you think they are. They really don't make that money. They don't have that life, most of them. And, that's kind of just how it is. And 2, understand that entrepreneurship is a long game to play. Like, for me, I almost want to judge myself, and this is what I've started to just have in my mind, is I'm going to judge myself in my journey of entrepreneurship on like a 5-year goal. Okay, so 5 years from now, I'll look back at myself and be like, okay, how did I do, right? And I think if a lot of people did that rather than going, 3 months from now, I'm going to be making $50,000 a month, and then 3 months go by and they're making not even a fraction of that, right? A lot of people just beat themselves over and over when they don't realize like some people it takes them 3 months to hit 10K and some people it takes 2 years, right? And that comes into the next point is like everyone starts at a different spot. And that's one of the things, if you take this from this video, if you beat down on yourself because you're not where you want to be and you really you're like, oh, these guys are doing it, but I'm not. The thing you need to understand too is everyone starts at a different spot. And what I mean by that is like I started at a different spot than every single person pretty much in the game because I had a certain skill in this. Some people are really good at speaking and that just leads to them being able to close more sales calls, and while others it might take them 10 calls to just land their first free trial client, right? So everyone starts differently. If you're an introvert, it's going to be harder for you to close calls normally if you're just really good at speaking to people, and that's okay. It just takes time and repetition to really just dial in a process that works for you. And you have different strengths than everyone else, right? And that was for me. Like I was an overweight 16-year-old who spent 3 days preparing for my first sales call, and that was just because I was so scared. It's all a part of the process, and it's super important to keep that in mind. So overall, if you're on the edge of like starting a business or taking a new opportunity, the best thing I would say is like, what else are you going to do? Analyze what other options do you have? And for me, it was nothing. Okay. I didn't have anything else to do. I was bored, right? Running an agency gave me something to do. And I didn't want to go waste my time just getting validation from others when most of them, in all honesty, are just going to be complete losers in 5 years. And that's like the hard reality. You know, most people really don't do anything. So with that being said, the last 500 days have been worth every failure, every success, and putting my mind to something has been a complete game changer. And you know, you need to understand, if you actually put your mind to something, you say you're going to do it, and you really execute on what you say you're going to do, I guarantee you're going to achieve a lot more than what you thought was actually possible. So with that being said, hope this gave you some insight, and I'll see you guys in the next one.